That's out of here! Catch and fire. It's on the... He made it! Oh my...
The schedule has just turned to November, but it feels like March in Platt Arena today. It's the Briar Cliff Chart and the Grace Lancers here on FDN Sports for the GPAC versus Crossroads League Challenge. It's Preston Husband and Brady Gallo. We are just about set for tip-off between the Chargers and Lancers, a game between two historically pretty solid programs. Briar Cliff a little down here in recent years. They have been a powerhouse in the GPAC in the past, and we know all about the Grace Lancers who start the year at number 7, Brady. They just keep getting it done over in Winona Lake.
Yeah, these Lancers are a formidable team in the Crossroads. They have had Huntington's number over this past couple seasons. They're squaring off against Briar Cliff here today, currently ranked 7th in the nation, off to a 2-0 start to the season. They are a very, very talented team. Definitely looking forward to them playing here in Platt Arena here today.
They graduated 7 players last year from a team that once again won the Crossroads League tournament. The regular season, they just continue to dominate one of the toughest conferences, and that's all due to Scott Moore and his success now. He is now in year number 7. He's been there 14 years overall as an assistant. He was a very good player at Grace. He has completely shifted that culture, and every single year, it doesn't matter what his roster looks like. This year, 0 seniors. They're still showing the success that they can have over in Winona Lake and for this Grace basketball program.
Yeah, his resume just goes on and on. In his 7th year as the head coach, he's the reigning NCCAA Coach of the Year, 4-time Crossroads League champ, and 3-time Crossroads League Coach of the Year. He has had an incredible run at the helm of the Lancers, and he really just has this group going. Like you said, no matter who is in the starting 5, no matter who is on the roster, he just seems to produce with whatever level of talent he has. And with the roster they got going into the 2025-2026 season, should be another strong year for the Lancers.
They'll be carried, of course, by their junior stud. That's Ian Rosh, who I personally think, number 12 on the Lancers, will have a chance of winning Crossroads League Player of the Year. He has just been so solid, off to an excellent start this season. Another thing, Brady, he plays well in this arena. Last year against Huntington in Platt Arena, he had 20 points, 11 rebounds. So he's familiar with this hardwood here in Platt Arena, and he is one of the players to watch here today, especially for the Lancers.
Yeah, I talked about how Grace has had Huntington University's number of these past few years. He had his season high 28 points against the Foresters last season. So he has definitely had a lot of success here in Platt Arena. But yeah, I totally agree. He's an ultra-talented player who most certainly will be in a conversation in the preseason to win that Crossroads League Player of the Year. He was an all-conference player last season, but he's got that chance to take that next step and bring home the Player of the Year.
And then on the other side, it's another young player who's quite good for Briar Cliff. He's having an excellent start to his season. It's number 2, Jackson Wingert from Dakota Dunes, South Dakota. He has just been dynamite, already a 30-point game, and he's someone that's going to have a big game against this tough Lancer squad.
It's always a good sign early in the season when some of your young guys are starting to step up. Wingert, a sophomore, he started all 18 games that he played in as a freshman. But he's definitely taken that next step, as you mentioned, 30-point game, earning him the Hilton Garden Inn Sioux City Player of the Week. So he's definitely off to a hot start and looking to continue that here in Platt Arena today.
We're going to send it to a short break. When we come back, we will have tip-off between the Briar Cliff Chargers and the Grace Lancers on FDN Sports.
To me, Forester Camps is amazing.
To me, Forester's Camps is cool.
To me, Forester Camps is a great experience. I've always had just like a genuine interest for art, and our art teacher was like passing out flyers and stuff.
And I saw that my other friends were going to do it, so I got interested in as well.
And this is my first college trip, so I didn't really know kind of what it's like to be in college.
College really isn't as scary as I thought it would be. Definitely go. There is a lot of really cool activities and opportunities you can get here.
Try to get yourself involved. Try to talk to other people who are like at the camp as well. Talk to like your hosts and stuff.
I mean, there's no reason not to go. I mean, you get out of school if you could come here.
It's really informative on how college actually is, and that the community here is really great.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
I saw Forester Camp when I was at school. It said health science, and I'm like really interested in medicine.
I was really set on nursing, but I didn't know any else like biology, chemistry, things like that. So health science was able to broaden my spectrum and learn more things in the science world.
It's opened my mind to a lot of things in the medical field. I'm definitely taking away a lot of knowledge that I didn't have before. Also a lot of new friends.
I was also kind of hesitant because I'm an introvert, but I got some new friends.
There isn't just one set biology you can do, from microbiology to biochemistry. So knowing my options is something that I'm gonna take away.
I'm wanting to learn about health sciences and God is all through health. God created all of us. That's pretty freaking cool.
One of the greatest opportunities I've had for my profession in the future.
If you're interested in something, or if you want to go to college, or if you want to make friends, go.
Just about to start some starting lineups here in the GPAC Crossroads League Challenge. It should be a fun one. The GPAC has been a very strong league for several years now. Of course, Forester fans, which will have Huntington in the next game, very familiar with the powerhouse Northwestern, who took them out in the national tournament last year here on their home court. This Briar Cliff team is strong, and they are led by Mark Sfagera, who is in his 8th season for the Briar Cliff Chargers. A 10-hour drive over here to Huntington, Indiana, and the two schools from the GPAC in Platte Arena today, they're only separated by 17 minutes. That's Morningside, who's in game number 2. But this Briar Cliff team, they're trying to find their identity. They've played a lot through Jackson Wingert, but they are going to have their hands full with this Grace College team, who's just been dynamite over the last now 7 years. As long as Coach Moore has been there, they just keep winning.
Yeah, I'm sure they've had this game circled on their schedule all throughout their offseason. Grace, definitely a big-time opponent for really any team who goes up against them. But Briar Cliff, they're going to be hungry going into this game. 10-hour drive. They're not trying to come here to Platte Arena, drive all that way just to come out empty-handed. I'm sure they're going to be ready to go, but Grace, they're an excellent team. Briar Cliff can have their hands full.
No seniors on this Lancers roster. They're going through the starting lineup right now for Grace. We'll go ahead and introduce you to the Lancers starting 5 right now. It's Brady Carpenter, a freshman guard from Tipton, Indiana, at 6'5". Ian Rosh, player to watch for the Lancers, at 6'6" from Napanee, Indiana, as a Northwood graduate, now in his junior year. And then a sophomore forward, Hunter Walston, who is 6'7" as well. You'll notice they recruit their type of players, all from about 6'4" to 6'7", post players and wings. Gage Sefton, another one, a junior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Blackhawk Christian grad. And then Tyler Rosh, the younger brother of Ian from Napanee, Indiana. For the other side, Briar Cliff in their away black jerseys here today. They're quite sharp, I must say, the royal blue and yellow lettering. It's Jackson Wingert, Will Luger from Cherokee, Iowa, Colby Collison from Bundurit, Iowa, and then they're joined by Blake Sindelar and Jaden Huygens. We already talked about Coach Mark Sfagera. Had to work on that one. Had to check my pronunciation before we got going here today. And we are set for the GPAC Crossroads League Challenge, and it'll be Briar Cliff with the basketball. Lancers coming off a really nice win against number 19 Morningside last night. This Grace team has put up over 90 points in their first 2 games. Briar Cliff was defeated by Huntington, did not shoot the ball well in that game up in Winona Lake. Good defense early by the Lancers, just 7 on the shot clock. Pass is out of bounds, and it's an early turnover. That was a big part of Grace's success last night. They turned over Morningside 17 times. Yeah, just smothering right there, coming out the gates, playing that man-to-man defense on the perimeter. This is going to be could be a long game for the Chargers if Grace is able to keep this up. On the floor, Rosh looking to score, goes up and under, was a little too strong, and it's pulled out of there. Little change to the starting lineup for Briar Cliff today. They're trying to play downhill and keep the speed going. Not a lot of size for them compared to this Lancers team. Right side drive, Collison kicks it up top, Luger. Briar Cliff team very patient. They go to their guy Wingert, who's doubled, and it's a jump ball, and it's another turnover, 2 on the first 2 possessions. I think what Briar Cliff's going to have to do, I see what their plan is. They're trying to move that ball quick, but I think just making some of those decisions just a tad bit quicker.
ball hits your hands, you're either passing it or you're making a move. I'm seeing this split second of a decision-making process. Get that ball out of your hands or put it on the floor, try to drive in.
Briar only had 6 turnovers last night against the Foresters. Here's Rosh battling to the lane. Good footwork to play off of 2 feet, and he's got the first 2 of the game.
I love that. He's playing at his own pace right now. Slows himself down, slows the defense down, able to get the easy lay.
Luger to Wingert. Left side, Sindelar. Still no shots yet. Sindelar, I should say. No shots yet for this Briar Cliff team, and 3 straight near turnovers. If Wingert can't get the first one to go, and the rebound's knocked out of there, Hunter Walston pulls it away.
And they're just battling to get a shot up at this point. This Grace defense has just been allowing nothing inside, outside. Fantastic defense so far.
Sefton, right side, Rosh bounced it inside to his brother Tyler Rosh, who's back to work against Wingert. Spins into the double and throws it away. He had 3 turnovers in 5 minutes last night. Coast to coast, a foul called. Sindelar will draw the first foul on the Lancers. And it looks like it's going to go on Ian Rosh as he just kind of bumped the Charger off his drive.
That's the second opportunity that the Chargers have had to really get out in transition. I would love to see more from that here tonight. You're clearly outsized, maybe have a bit better athletes if you're the Lancers, but if you're able to get out in transition and play with speed, you're able to compensate for that size advantage. I don't mind that shot right there.
Yep, good look for Wingert. Still nothing dropping for Briar Cliff here in the first 2.5 minutes. Rosh able to once again stay on 2 feet, gives it out to Carpenter, the long freshman point guard. He's going to be a fun one to watch. Highly recruited throughout the Crossroads League. Carpenter drops it inside. Walston catches, can't score around the contact. Got his own miss and missed it again. A couple of rare shots right around the rim, not going down for the Lancers. Sindelar hard to the paint. It was blocked there by Rosh, and now Ian pushes it ahead. Able to stop, finds Sefton, who's blocked on the backside by Luger.
It's a chess match right now. Both teams playing some fantastic defense.
3 ball is short that time, left side from Sindelar. So it's kind of very similar to how Grace started last night. They actually went several minutes without scoring. They were down 15-0, and then found a way to battle back and win as Rosh continues to work to the rim. He's got 4 and a chance for 5 at the line.
I mentioned it already, but I love the way that Rosh plays the game. When he gets downhill and he gets a chance to move to the cup, it looks like he's moving slow, but he's really just forcing the defense to collapse on him. He moves at his own pace, which allows him to get some of those easy looks, and he's able to finish through contact like he did just right there.
Rosh was an Indiana All-Star as a senior in high school at Northwood, won the Class 3A state title, 28-2 that season. His teammates, of course, with his brother Tyler and Cade Brenner, who's a Forester and a familiar conference for you as well.
Oh, yeah.
Played his high school ball up at Northwood. Right side drive, kicked out, and again, another turnover. Right now, Briar Cliff out of sorts, and a lot of it because of this length, and that's designed by the coaching staff of Grace.
But I like on that possession, they set it up well. They had Wingert open for a top of the key 3. Just made a bit of a bad pass right there. So they're getting good looks, they're getting guys open. They did on that possession at least.
Benton, a rare 3, knocks it down. He did do that a little bit at Manchester last season. So far this year, that's his first attempt, and he's 1 for 1.
Benton, another big-time recruit, seeing some big-time minutes as a freshman here on a number 7 ranked squad in the nation.
Wingert hands it off in the lane, kick pass left side. Not ready to shoot was Luger. They go right back into Wingert. Briar Cliff just looking for a bucket, and they've got it, and now Wingert has a chance at the charity stripe to make it a 3-point play.
See, that's the matchup we're going to be watching all night. Wingert going up against Rosh on the block. Wingert standing at 6'7", Rosh 6'6". So you got to inch on him right there. But love to see those two going at it all night, or all afternoon, I should say. That's going to be a good matchup to watch.
Wingert was an absolute monster in high school. He played his high school basketball at Dakota Valley High School, where he averaged 26 points per game as a senior. That was 2nd in the state of South Dakota. Added 8.3 rebounds per game as well. He is in the All-State first team, All-State tournament team. just an excellent player. He's 101-7 was his high school record over 4 years.
He's a winner. That's really what he is. That's what it boils down to.
8-2 here. They've seen the first few subs here for the Chargers. Coming in is Dawson Moore. And joining him, it looked like it was number 12, Joshua Stevenson, who had a nice night against HU last night. Was 6 of 8 from the field and 1 of 1 from 3. 13 points off the bench. So he's kind of their go-to guy coming in as the 6th or 7th man. Shot inside again, missed right at the rim. That time Michael Wellman, the freshman from Portage, Indiana. Dawson Moore just checked in. Wingert, a rare 3. That's off the mark and rebounded by Carpenter.
Good job, Briar Cliff, scheming guys open. That's their go-to. Wingert, top of the key. He's going to get a lot more looks like that. Hopefully he converts with a few more.
Benton trying to get another long one to go, and he's 2 for 2 from deep. He is going to be a monster in this league for the next 4 years.
And not even known as a three-point shooter, really. Benton, he's got 2 open looks, and he's 2 for 2 from 3. A great start for the highly recruited freshman.
It's a turnover, and it's going to turn us over to our first media timeout. It's 11-2. The Lancers in front right now, showing off their muscles on the defensive end.
I saw Forrester Camp when I was at school. It said health science, and I'm like really interested in medicine.
I was really set on nursing, but I didn't know any else like biology, chemistry, things like that. So health science was able to broaden my spectrum and learn more things in the science world.
It's opened my mind to a lot of things in the medical field. I'm definitely taking away a lot of knowledge that I didn't have before. Also a lot of new friends.
I was also kind of hesitant because like I'm an introvert, but I got some new friends.
There isn't just like one set biology you can do, from microbiology to biochemistry. So knowing my options is something that I'm gonna take away.
I'm wanting to learn about health sciences, and like God is all through health. Like God created all of us. That's pretty freaking cool.
One of the greatest opportunities I've had for my profession in the future.
If you're interested in something, or if you want to go to college, or if you want to make friends, go.
Just about set to resume here in the first half. So Briar Cliff, Brady, from Sioux Falls, or excuse me, yeah, Sioux City, Iowa. Excuse me, there is a Sioux Falls somewhere out there. 17 minutes away from Morningside, who we'll see, but 10 hours away from here. And it's a very interesting name, Briar Cliff. Well, why? It's a cliff-top campus with 360-degree views of the entire city of Sioux City. They've got around 1,500 students. 43% of their students are minority students, so they try to bring in people from 38 different states currently. Really cool, and that's why they're called Briar Cliff. Their campus is quite literally on a cliff.
That's really interesting.
Right now, that feels like they're trying to climb a cliff, down 11-2. 15 minutes left in this first half. Always try to throw in some fun facts for those Sioux City fans who might be listening.
Oh, yeah.
Even though they know it. Dive to the rim. Wingert trying to battle inside. He's blocked by Wellman, and running away again, Sefton.
Sindelar right there. I think just go up strong. I see what he was trying to do, dishing it off to his teammate, but I mean, you're a good scorer right there. Second team all-conference last season. Why not just go up strong?
Benton tipped his own miss back in. He's leading the way with 8, and it's another steal. This time Walston in transition, finishes at the rim, and it is all Grace right now, 15-2.
They're really just getting whatever you want. Walston, named an all freshman last year. He's gonna be stepping up in a bigger role this year as he gets a transition bucket right there.
Grace seems to just not take off possessions, and that time Sefton's guilty of a hold on the handoff. We'll see the replay here in just a moment. Gage reaching around, trying to take it away from Moore. He gets called for his second personal. He'll take a short break. That is the 3rd on Grace, 3 on Briar Cliff as well.
But I like how Briar Cliff is trying to get things going inside. They haven't taken too many three-point attempts here, trying to get stuff going towards the rim.
Sindelar Unable to find a shot. Nice backup for Stevenson, and he was kind of who brought them to life offensively last night off the bench against HU.
He's already made an impact, handling the ball. He's been solid on defense. Picks up 2 points right there in that possession.
Benton just going to work here early with that left-hand hook. It's another offensive rebound opportunity, and it is picked up by the Lancers. That's Cannon Hauser, who's getting a lot more playing time this year. He's got it right back. He's an excellent passer, knocked down three-point shooter during his time at Carroll, and did not get away with an extra step there. It's a rare turnover for the Lancers here today.
Briar Cliff been doing a solid job defensively right there. You see those two working hard in the post. Forces the travel. Briar Cliff got a chance on a 2-point swing.
Good pass left side. Stevenson looking for 5 straight. It's off the mark. Again, that was a struggle for Briar Cliff last night. Just could not find ways to knock down some open threes. Just 4 of 25 from behind the arc, 16%.
Yeah, and they seem a little skittish even attempting those tonight. I believe they only have 2 attempts so far in this, early on in this first half. But they've been trying to get stuff going towards the basket. Only 4 points to show for it so far.
Also seeing Luke Bricker in for the first time for Warsaw. Or excuse me, went to Warsaw, but he's playing for Grace now. Right side 3 on its way, rattles in and out. Benton rips down another rebound, pushes the pace ahead with Hauser. Cross-court pass, Ian Rosh to the rim, gets another one to go. He's leading the way for Grace right now.
He is so hard to stop. The triple option right there, rips it through, gets a step on his defender, and you're not stopping him when he has that much space.
Luger, left side, Sindelar goes between 2 defenders. Tough bucket there, pulls the Chargers back within 11.
There we go. He has the ability to finish at the rack. He's got a couple chances here early. Would love to see him take a couple more down there on the block.
Rosh, very capable passer, spins it up to the top of the key, and now it's on the left side with Michael Wellman. Benton gets it back. Ian just driving right back to the rim, was knocked down, and it's going to be a jump ball. That should be the Chargers basketball, and it will be.
I like the no call right there. He hits the deck, but that was all basketball. And Briar Cliff, again, has been solid on defense, just not much to show for it offensively. If they can get going scoring, this could be a close matchup.
Gonna have to knock down some three-pointers, probably to stay in this one. Left side 3, right on cue. Moore makes us look good.
Making you look good, Preston. There you go, right away. Coming off the screen, Moore knocks one down.
Foul on the Chargers here with 12 minutes left in the first half. Here is the foul. So Moore knocks down the triple, picks up his first personal. Moore 56.3% so far from 3 on the season. 19 minutes last night against Huntington. They had a big game against Mount Mercy in their first game of the year. 7 of 9 from 3 off the inbounds play. That's off the mark. Nice shot by Bricker. Couldn't get it to drop. Briar Cliff trying to get right back into this game, but a little out of control there. The pass from Sindelar.
When you're going out in transition and you're outrunning your teammates and the opponents, you got to expect that Grace is going to be able to trail you right there. So he goes up, has 3 Grace defenders right on him, and he's looking to dish it out.
Well, we get the benefit of a replay, and I think Grace's bench has a fair argument there. I think Ben kept that pivot foot down.
That's a tough call in the moment, but yeah, as you mentioned, we have the ability to watch it over. The refs do not.
Nice spin move, falling away shot is short by Sindelar again. It's pulled down by Rosh, who now pushes it ahead with that pace. Between the legs, able to keep his foot down, and he's fouled. And that is storybook. That's just what Ian Rosh does. He just gets to the line a ton already in the first 2 games. 16 free throws. So he works from there. That's how he gets a lot of his points, and he's obviously good at drawing the contact.
Yeah, he is so good once he gets inside the painted area. Rosh, usually you're not supposed to go between the legs once you get beyond the free throw line, but he uses it to his advantage right there, gets into the body of his defender, and he's going to be at the free throw line. He makes the first one, looking to go 2 for 2.
Rosh 4 for 4 from the line here today, and the lead back to 10 for Grace. Grace team, we talked with Stephen Holstead, their associate head coach, earlier this week. Tell me all about, having a new team, all these freshmen, what it's like, and that is what Coach Moore does differently than anyone else. A 3 on the way from Briar Cliff is short, And thinking he knocked down the shot was Kleppe, didn't follow it. Grace has it once more. Quick entry, Benton to his strong left, missed it, got it back, another miss, 3 straight, and the third one's good.
You know who he sort of reminds me of, Preston? Danny Wolf from Michigan last year. He's just able to work inside, get a couple of his own misses, converts on the third one right there.
Moore continues the bench scoring trend. Yeah, I can see that, and Benton obviously a very capable rebounder, likes going to that left side. And he's leading the way right now for Grace, finding different ways to score. The pass to the corner, not shooting at Rosh. He doesn't take a ton of threes, still shoots it at a fairly high clip. Bricker and Benton, the 2 Bs. Out top, it's Hauser. Gannon drops it inside. There's Gavin Benton again, trying to get back to that left. Rosh will shoot it this time, and it's nearly banked in, rebounded by Sindelar. One of the best defensive possessions we've seen by Briar Cliff.
Oh, yeah.
Chargers spin, the handoff, and the miss right at the rim that time by Luger.
Now, scrimming it from the mountaintop, Sindelar, gotta go up with that, man. You make a good move, you get some space. I respect trying to get your teammates involved, but would love to see him go up. He is a capable scorer.
It's a foul inside. The lead is 10, and we're at our under 10 media timeout. When we come back, Lancers still up 10 with 9:29 left in the first half. Back here in Platt Arena, 21-11. The Lancers over the Chargers right now. It was a very slow start for Briar Cliff, a lot of turnovers. They're now starting to have some good looks offensively, still not making all of them, but off of the bench, it's been Moore and Stevenson who've kind of given them a little life to stay in this first half.
We talked about the 3 ball for Briar Cliff. Haven't taken too many. They only have 1 make so far this half. And Grace, now they started out in a man. They've fallen back into a zone, not respecting the 3-point shot for the Chargers. But if they're able to get that going, force Grace to go back to that man-to-man defense, I think that'll open up a lot of opportunities down low like they're trying to produce right now.
Classic out of the timeout. Perfect play drawn up by the Lancers there to get Tyler Rosh an easy bucket. Hauser picks up another assist. Wingert to the rim, and Rosh is going to pick up actually it's going to go on Carpenter, and it'll be free throws for Wingert. Okay, I told you before the game I had a comparison for you, but I wasn't going to tell you until we got here.
I'm ready.
Number 3, Grady Carpenter, is a graduate of Tipton, Indiana, Tipton High School. Your guy Ben Hummerkaus went there as well. I think that is a good comparison for those two, as Wingert knocks it in, 8 of 11 now from the free throw line on the season, 1 of 2 today. But that's kind of my comparison. I think Grady's going to handle it more than Hummerkaus did here, but they're from the same school. They wear the same number. They're around the same height. I just think that's kind of a fun comparison, and one that I bet a lot of Tipton fans made as well.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like, yeah, same number, same stature. I mean, I'm sure he'll put on some weight, some muscle as he gets deeper into his college career. But yeah, I love a good Fighting Illini comparison here on a Saturday afternoon.
Well, the Fighting Lancer was trying to get to the rim there, and it's knocked out of play. Carpenter was an IBCA senior small school all-state player last year. He averaged 21.2, 7.9 rebounds, and 6.6 assists. 1,600 points, 600 rebounds, 600 assists in high school. He's just an incredible player. Had several triple doubles as well. Rosh is fouled, and this time Tyler has a chance for 3. He is a much bigger bodied post player style than his brother Ian, but it really complements one another.
Yeah, they got that brotherly connection right there initially on the pick and roll. I didn't know where Tyler was going with that one initially, just kind of threw it up, but Rosh able to high point it, get it off the bounce, off glass, able to go into the body and try to get a 3-point play right here. They just have that chemistry that I'm sure no one else on this team has.
Rosh makes it 5 points on the night. His brother Ian with 10. Ian's still out there right now with 2 fouls, so just something to keep an eye on. He's a very smart player, playing in the Crossroads League now in his 3rd season. Grace going into a little bit of a zone here, and it's another turnover. Walston smartly gets it ahead. Sefton bounces it to Tyler. Rosh up and under. Another miss right at the rim, but he might get another chance, and it's going to be 2 more free throws, fouled by Huygens.
Yeah, Sefton just giving that one up just a tad bit too late in transition. Had Tyler Rosh open if he would have bounced past it just a tad bit earlier, but doesn't end up hurting him. Rosh going to go to the stripe for 2.
So Tyler, the younger brother, Elkhart Truth Player of the Year last year, IBCA top 60 in the state. Another 1,000-point scorer in high school, and he's got the career record for rebounds and blocks at Northwood. Oof. Helped them win a state title, of course, as a junior. He kind of had a tough night last night, and you're going to have that as a freshman. He only played 5 minutes. He had 3 turnovers and 3 fouls and did not play the rest of the game. But, again, that's the growth of this young Lancers team. You have to have other kids step up, and they did. They were getting rocked in that first half. Turned it around, ended up winning by double digits.
Oh, yeah.
Right inside that zone, a good spot to get it. Stevenson will fire from the right wing. That's strong. And a high-rising rebound from Rosh, who goes to Ian this time. It's the backyard connection that keeps working.
Briar Cliff, as we mentioned, Grace dropping back into that zone. Those are some of the looks you're going to have to convert on. And now Roush with the full court pass conversion, able to get a cherry pick too.
It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll go ahead and keep it right here. Rosh is working quite well as Coach Scott Moore talks to his troops. We've got one more game after this today in the GPAC Crossroads League. It'll be Huntington, Indiana. Of course, our Foresters here on the Forester Digital Network.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Back in Platte Arena, 29-12 Lancers. So what we were talking about before they rudely cut us off in the back. No, I'm just kidding. Sometimes they think I'm going to send it to a break, and I trick them. I fool them. So that's partially on me as well, as it's another Briar Cliff turnover. So I was going to start telling everyone, Stephen Olstead, the associate head coach, he was telling me about the trip that Grace just made out to Colorado to play Elijah Malone and Colorado out there, and how he's really starting to get to know everyone on the rosters. There's so many new faces, and he just felt like that trip for them as a team really made them a lot better. They were actually up at the half against Big 12 Colorado. So they're learning, but it's not taking them all that long to grow, as a familiar face in Sefton puts it in.
Yeah, definitely a young squad. I think that's such a cool opportunity for an NAIA school to travel to Boulder, Colorado to play a Power 5 team. And as you mentioned, they didn't come in there and get steamrolled. They were up at the half and definitely made it competitive. But yeah, young squad, definitely a fun trip. Some team building opportunities. I'm sure that made them closer as a team. And we're seeing the chemistry as an example here in Platte Arena already.
Sindelar back to the charity stripe, 64.3% on the season. just in a handful of attempts, short on the first. It was a big struggle from the line. 14 of 24 last night for Briar Cliff. They didn't turn it over. They just did not make shots. That's what killed them.
They've had some trouble. They've been pretty good inside, going up against that man-to-man defense of Grace. But now that they've gotten back into the zone, sort of daring them to take that three-point shot, their scoring is sort of plateaued. They only have 13 so far with about 7 minutes left in the first half.
One more thing about that Colorado trip. Elijah Malone actually had the Colorado basketball staff chef make Grace and the coaching staff a meal. So he sponsored that. He paid for it. He fed everyone. And Colorado's the staff chef cooked them up the food. So he thought that was really cool. And Malone, even though he plays at Colorado, really thinks of Grace as his home and enjoys that.
That is so cool. And I hope that we see more of that NAIA sort of going up scrimmage against a bigger school like Colorado. I think that's so cool.
Three ball again by Moore. He's really been their go-to bucket getter here to make it 15 points as Rosh quick to the rim, missed a bunny, and now Moore's got the miss. Moore pushes it right side. It's another three in transition. That's way off the mark by Luger, who's 0 for 5 now on the year from three.
That sort of felt like almost like a heat check. After you make 1 3, misses everything on that shot. But yeah, like you talked about Moore, he's a graduate senior here on this roster, one of the oldest players on this Briar Cliff team. And yeah, he's really been their go-to option on the offensive side of the ball, and he's done a pretty good job. I'm sure he's one of the leaders in this locker room, doing a good job here tonight.
Bricker inside, Walston just spins and gets right to the rim. Another guy averaging double digits came into the day with 11 points per game, only on 6 shots on the season, so he's quite efficient as well.
Yeah, a lot of new faces on this Lancer squad. Walston is not one of them. He came in, had an excellent freshman year, started all the games that he played in, or excuse me, not started all the games he played in, but he was named to the all-freshman team. He's going to be expected to take a jump this year as he's in the starting lineup here tonight and handling his own pretty well.
Carpenter picks up his second. Wingert back to the free throw line. Looks like there will be a sub for Carpenter with those 2 personals. It's going to be Cannon Hauser. We talked about him from Carroll. That's kind of one of this, not a new face, but a new face to the Lancers rotation. Last year he couldn't crack the code because there were so many good older guards, as Wingert's now 8 of 11 from the charity stripe. The next one is good as well, cuts the lead to 15, but he was a kid that is one of the best shooters in Carroll High School history in Fort Wayne, second all time in three-point percentage. That is a big, good basketball school.
And that's how you know you got a good basketball program going. When that guy can't even crack your starting lineup, you're clearly doing something right. But yeah, he's going to be expected to play a role here in the 2025-2026 season.
And Rosh going back to the free throw line. The dunk will be waved off by Sefton. Excuse me, that was Bricker. Now, Bricker's a fun story because he's a local kid, and he played at Warsaw and led them to their first sectional championship in years. And he played for Coach Scott Moore's brother, Matt Moore, who is the head basketball coach at Warsaw.
Yeah, it's very cool. A lot of NLC representation in the Crossroads. You know I love it. I'm an alumni of the NLC, repping the Mishawaka Cavemen. But yeah, really cool to see local kid back in Platte Arena.
Rosh gets the friendly roll. And it's a 17-point lead with 5:22 left in the first half. Started very slow for Briar Cliff. They have found some better looks, but right now this zone is making it tricky on them. Just don't shoot the 3 ball extremely well. Wingert, good shot fake and aggressive to the rim, but it's blocked away by Benton.
Good look there from Wingert, sort of going into the body right there of Benton. Not able to get it to go, though.
Bricker, knocked down three-point shooter in high school at 45%. Misses that one short. Good bounce pass to Moore, who gets that one to fall in. Grace wants to push the pace. I've been impressed with Dawson Moore, though. He's kind of been their guy to keep them hanging around here in the first half.
Yeah, he shot it well from 3, picks up an easy layup right there. But I like the way that Briar Cliff has run the offense out in transition in the limited amount of attempts they've had so far.
Rosh just feasting inside. Another offensive rebound, and it's another timeout for the visitors from Sioux City, Iowa. And we're going to go ahead and take a break with them. It's our final media timeout. Grace up 17 when we come back to Platte Arena.
I've been interested in animation since I was really young. Animated movies have always been my favorite.
Heard about it from my dad. He had saw that they were having an animation camp. I told him that I want to go.
So my photography made me interested in working with cameras, and that's what I want to do.
It was a camp that had so much to offer, like everything I was interested in, it was being taught here and stuff.
The knowledge of animation, how it works, and getting better at it so I can pursue my future career.
And I've always just kind of been interested in this for so long, it was like I couldn't really pass it up. And I have learned those things, like professional things, things that I would not be able to do at home.
Some of my favorite experiences were just getting out and talking to people with similar interests, people who are passionate with the same thing that you're passionate with.
(37-20), the home team here today, the Grace Lancers in Platte Arena, leading the way right now, shooting 50%, 2 of 4 as well from downtown. They don't take a ton of threes always because they've got all this size to work inside. They're 7 of 8 from the free throw line as well. Wingert to Dawson Moore. Bounce pass back to Wingert. Good two-man action, but it's another turnover, and that has really crippled Briar Cliff now with 9 in the first half.
And see, that's what comes with being shy to shoot the ball. You come off the pick and roll. Grace is just collapsing on that cutter right there because they don't respect the mid-range, and they intercept the pass right there from Moore.
Wellman puts it on the floor. This is Cole Hayworth. He's been in for a while, but first time we've said his name, a graduate from Concordia. Really another guy to watch, and we're going to watch him shoot some free throws. And this Grace team, that's just what they do. They get to the line a lot. Last night, they were there well over 20 times, and this is just kind of their thing. Get the opponent into foul trouble, use your size to get to the line, and make them once you get there.
Stevenson gets charged for the foul right there. And if you can point out a bright spot for this Briar Cliff squad so far in this first half, I've been impressed with the way that he has played. He came off the bench to start the game. He's going to take a rest here with about 4 minutes left in the first half. But yeah, he's played the majority of this game so far, starting the game off the bench. I'm sure Coach Saverja is liking the way that he's playing right now.
Collison thought about a three. Left side now, Luger. Briar Cliff trying to get in their offense. Now just 14 on the shot clock. Collison's looking inside to Winger, just can't get it there. It's ripped away again, and it's going to be a jump ball, we thought. Instead, it's Moore with 2 on the shot clock. Fires one from the parking lot, nearly banked it in. It's rebounded. Wingert's got a chance for 3.
So, a lucky possession right there. You throw one up from Yucatan, but right there, Wingert Abel falls right into his lap and forces one through the net through contact.
And that ball just caught enough of the rim to avoid a shot clock violation. It was a prayer sent up by Moore, and it was one answered inside by Wingert. Bricker and Bedden thought he double dribbled. They said it was knocked away. Hauser quick to Hayworth, who goes to the rim hard. He's already shot a couple of free throws. That time Wingert has another board.
So now Briar Cliff going into the zone, forcing Grace or daring them to take that 3, but now they're going to get out in transition right here.
Hauser up top. Hayworth with the athletic catch and finish, plus one more coming.
Oh my gosh, when he threw that lob up, I was looking for who he was throwing it to. Number 32, Hayworth, getting up and putting that one down.
2 for 2 from the free throw line already tonight. And now he's 3 for 3. He has not missed a field goal yet. His only missed shot this year is 1 free throw.
Wow.
Nice start for him. Isaac Schultz, another guy not quite in the rotation, but getting ready to check in from Decatur, Indiana, Adams Central. Schultz plays 7 games as a freshman, but Coach Holstead and the staff said he is just barely out of the rotation. He's just one of those guys that's not quite in the rotation yet. So Schultz just kind of stood next to Holstead and didn't quite go check himself in. He is officially in the game now. It's 42-23. He doesn't play all that much, so he's still trying to figure all that out. Wingert spins and scores again. Now the big fella kind of getting it going here for Briar Cliff.
Yeah, Schultz checks in the game and immediately has to guard the best player on the floor for Briar Cliff. Hits him a little post spin move. Off the glass, gets it to go.
20 on the shot clock. As Schultz fighting for an offensive rebound. Looks like it went off the knee of Collison. This is where Grace has been so effective out of these out-of-bounds plays. They're looking for a back cutter. Instead, Hauser will stop, free throw line extended, and knock it down.
Like that play right there. Thought about the three, able to get to the free throw line, get to his spot, knock that one down easy.
Moore and Collison working up top against this long defensive team for the Lancers. It's Moore again who fires from deep. That's long, fought for and rebounded by Luke Bricker.
Moore really been the go-to option. Not this team's leading scorer, but definitely a veteran who's been stepping up and taking a lot of the shots here in the first half.
Wellman is going to be called for a travel as it's 44-25. You see, yep, just one extra step there. It looks like he got to his pivot foot and then lifted that left foot up. This is all technically freshmen on the floor for Grayson now, all 5. Hayworth is a redshirt freshman, but only played 5 games last year. So how about this? Game 3 of the season against a solid Briar Cliff program. All 5 of these guys in their first season in collegiate basketball.
Jeez.
Right side drive.
There it is.
Nice finish by Cindelaire, who had a couple of nice moves, hasn't had all the finishes. That time cuts it to 17.
Goes up strong, gets it to go.
Fouls keep piling up here against Briar Cliff. And Grace is in the double bonus, so Hauser will have a couple.
Now, something I've noticed in this first half, just to go back to a couple of possessions ago, there's been a lot of dialogue about the travel not being called in the NBA and collegiate basketball. It's very much alive here in Platte Arena. A lot of whistles for travels here in this first half, not something that you would expect in today's game.
Hauser on the season, now 6 of 6 from the free throw line. He's 2 for 2 today, and Grace just keeps living at the stripe. They've already shot 12 of them, and they've made 11. Excuse me, make it 12 of 13 now. Cindelaire, again, cutting through the paint. Collison and Moore. Moore thought about a tough step back. Swung to the right side. Wingert gets it into his favorite spot, and it's going to be a jump ball as Grace able to stick those hands in and stop the possession once more, and they get it right back.
That was really a good offensive possession for Briar Cliff, I thought. You move the ball well, you swing it around, find the empty spot in the zone, get it to Wingert down the block, and then the defense collapses on him, forces a jump ball.
46-27. Coach Moore going to call a timeout and draw up a set here with just over a minute left. So Coach Moore, of course, is the head coach. Holstead is kind of the mind of the offense. He's the guy that draws up the set. Jordan Widener over here as well. Phenomenal player in his Grace career. He was a tough guy on HU. And then Scott Moore, of course, played there. He's 6 all-time. At least when he graduated, he was 6 all-time in assists for Grace. So he's a good passer. He's a good tennis player. He actually coached the women's tennis team for a while and won Coach of the Year. And he's won a few Coach of the Years now in the Crossroads League, make it 3 of them. 3-time NCCAA National Coach of the Year, which is the National Christian College Athletic Association. He's been the NABC NAIA National Coach of the Year, the Don May NAIA Coach of the Year, and he has won 4 straight Crossroad League tournament championships.
Wow.
It's just been dynamite for him.
I think that says a lot about this Grace program. When you have former players who want to come back and coach like that, I got a couple former players on the staff. I think that says a lot about the program that Grace is running over there.
Hayworth, that might go down as his first field goal miss of the year, but that's going to count as he gets it right back.
Keeps the field goal percentage high, even though he maybe misses his first one right there. I think that will be up to the scorers right there.
I mean, 90%'s not all that bad.
No.
Wingert, good footwork inside. And I'm telling you, he doesn't have a lot of help around him today, but he's got incredibly good footwork and not a super athletic guy. There's an old guy named Shane Merriman that played here for the Foresters. Guy was like 6'8", could barely dunk, but his footwork was better than anyone you'd ever watch, and looks a little like Wingert right now.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to watch him in this first half. Wingert only 6'7", but he's a thick player out there. He's able to use his body, use his strength, use his footwork to create some open looks right there, and he's able to finish through contact a couple times like he does against Schultz right there.
I couldn't find why Wingert only played 18 games last year as a freshman. He did average 12.6 points per game, 5 rebounds, added almost 1 assist. Don't know if it was maybe an injury, maybe he just wasn't in the rotation to start the year as well. Freshmen kind of go through that a little bit, but he's firmly in the rotation now, and he's their go-to guy.
Yeah, only played 18 games, but he started in all 18 last season, so not sure what happened, but he was definitely an impact player during his freshman season, but he's really going to be stepping up and be expected to be that star player here in his second season.
Grace can hold for the last shot, trying to throw one last punch before the halftime break. We will have Coach Stephen Halstead joining us here at the break for an interview as well. Rosh finds Hauser, who had some space, now with 5 on the clock. Cannon's got to get one up. He loses it, takes a tough 2, and that's not going to count, as it's going to be an 18-point lead. And I think they're going to put 0.6 on the game clock since it was a shot clock violation. So it's going to be a heave here. And Coach Moore always thinking quickly. We'll put in Tyler Rosh at 6'8" with it looks like an 11-foot wingspan to guard the ball.
Yeah, he put those 2 hands up. I'm like, how are you supposed to get a pass over that right there?
Moore at 6'3" will have to do his best Jordan Love impression, and this one's not going to count even if it goes. It's 48-30. The Lancers on top. We will await the arrival of Coach Stephen Halstead. I'm assuming this Grace staff pretty happy with that first half.
Yeah, should be with the way they're playing right now. Up 18, going into the locker room. I'm sure they're happy with the way their team's playing.
So we'll have him in just a moment. 48-30. Grace does an incredibly good job as Coach Halstead's going to go grab some stats and then join us. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the stats right now. Grace shot 7 of 34, still just 2 of 4 from 3. So all of their work being done inside. 32 pointers attempted, 12 of 13 from the line. And now we've got Coach Halstead joining us here on the mic for the half. Coach, it was a really strong start for you guys defensively, caused about 10 turnovers in the first 10 minutes and kind of kept your foot down. The offense got going there late in that first half. What did you see from your young Grace team today?
Yeah, really proud of the guys. We had a big emphasis just in walkthrough today and talking about Briar Cliff. They're a really good team when they can catch at the elbow and be comfortable. So a big emphasis was our post players pressuring number 2 Wingert. He's a really talented player, a really good passer. So that was a big key, and I thought they did a really good job taking away. Looking at it, it says 1 assist, 11 turnovers, which is just crazy for a first half. Right. So proud of our team on that end of the court.
Ian Rosh, obviously one of the favorites to win Player of the Year in the Crossroads League this year. 15 at the half, just so aggressive getting to the rim. What have you seen, even as good of a sophomore year as he had? What is he better at now as a junior?
Yeah, I think it's honestly probably something that doesn't even show up on the stat sheet. He's been a tremendous leader. Him and Gage Sefton and Caleb Harold, that junior class, has done such a good job of bringing in 6 new freshmen, 5 are in the rotation. And so he's obviously really talented. You put him in space, man, he's going to make a lot of people a lot of coaches kind of upset because you're just not going to be able to stay in front. But more proud of just his leadership and the way he's kind of bringing some of those younger guys along with him.
One final question, if you have the time. Obviously, the freshmen, a big part of what you guys are doing this year. Benton and Hayworth really impressive. You said Hayworth was one of those guys to watch. He kind of showed what he was made of in that first half.
Yeah, I tell you what, when Cole plays, I mean, he can put up points in a hurry. Benton's kind of the same way. I mean, they check in and it almost feels like instant offense. So really proud of those guys, and we try to have them just play as free as they can. Like, you want to go in and you want to do what you do well. You don't have to be anyone else. Like, Cole just has to be Cole. He needs to drive, get to the hoop, shoot threes when he's open. And I think that's one thing that makes our team so successful is guys do what they do really well, and they don't do anything else.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us. We do allow Grace College coaches on the headset occasionally.
Take care, guys.
It's an 18-point lead at the half for Grace, 48-30. We'll take a short break. We'll come back, recap the first half between the Briar Cliff Chargers and the Grace Lancers here on FTN Sports.
To me, Forester Camps is amazing.
To me, Forester's Camps is cool.
To me, Forester Camps is a great experience. I've always had just like a genuine interest for art, and our art teacher was like passing out flyers and stuff.
And I saw that my other friends were going to do it, so I got interested in it as well.
This is my first college trip, so I didn't really know kind of what it's like to be in college.
College really isn't as scary as I thought it would be. Definitely go. There is a lot of really cool activities and opportunities you can get here.
Try to get yourself involved. Try to talk to other people who are like at the camp as well. Talk to like your hosts and stuff.
I mean, there's no reason not to go. I mean, you get out of school if you get to come here.
It's really informative on how college actually is, and that the community here is really great.
I saw Forester Camp when I was at school. It said health science, and I'm like really interested in medicine.
I was really set on nursing, but I didn't know any else like biology, chemistry, things like that. So health science was able to broaden my spectrum and learn more things in the science world.
It's opened my mind to a lot of things in the medical field. I'm definitely taking away a lot of knowledge that I didn't have before. Also a lot of new friends.
I was also kind of hesitant because like I'm an introvert, but I got some new friends.
There isn't just like one set biology you can do, from microbiology to biochemistry. So knowing my options is something that I'm gonna take away.
I'm wanting to learn about health sciences, and like God is all through health. Like God created all of us. That's pretty freaking cool.
One of the greatest opportunities I've had for my profession in the future.
If you're interested in something, or if you want to go to college, or if you want to make friends, go.
Forester Camps is making new friends.
A great way to explore different opportunities.
Great way to experience life here at Huntington University.
I looked into OTA and It looked like a lot what I wanted to do, but I still wasn't really sure like what all it was.
But I did know that I did want to be in the medical field, but I don't really have a stomach for blood. This was a different way to be able to help people like physically, but not have to open them up.
Since it's a smaller place, everyone knows each other, you know, they can invest time in each other.
This would be a great way to learn about it and see what it is.
So I saw how life-changing that can be, and it made me want to do that.
I've been interested in animation since I was really young. Animated movies have always been my favorite.
Heard about it from my dad. He had saw that they're having an animation camp. I told him that I want to go.
So my photography made me interested in working with cameras, and that's what I want to do.
It was a camp that had so much to offer, like everything I was interested in, it was being taught here and stuff.
The knowledge of animation, how it works, and getting better at it so I can pursue my future career.
And I've always just kind of been interested in this for so long, it was like I couldn't really pass it up. And I have learned those things, like professional things, things that I would not be able to do at home.
Some of my favorite experiences were like, you know, just getting out and talking to people with similar interests, you know, people who are passionate with like the same thing that you're passionate with.
We were shooting a film yesterday, had a camper who had never done anything with sound before. She did one little workshop, took about an hour and a half, and by the end of the workshop, she was feeling a lot more confident. She showed up on set, and she's running boom, and she's recording on the field recorder. She's just elated by how much fun she's having.
They've helped me with like my acting, and like my dancing has improved, and like my voice, I just didn't even know I could sing that high, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I can sing that now. Our director is amazing. She's so sweet. She's helped me grow as just like an actor and a singer and a dancer. I've really improved being at this camp.
People in the School of the Arts aren't just filmmakers or aren't just theater practitioners, they're creatives. And they love to work in all kinds of different areas. And I think that's one of the great things is we see kids come back and we see them in multiple tracks because they have multiple different interests and they love to tell stories, they love to be creative. And I think it's great that they get to explore a variety of different areas.
They're making projects that they get to share with their families at the end of the week. Every camper that comes through ends up making like between 2 and 4 projects throughout just 1 week. It's unbelievably cool.
Yeah, it was very cool to actually hold a camera that they use to make films, which I always wanted to do.
Voice act some characters, creating our own voices, going live on the air, and of course just being recorded and having fun.
Drew a weapon design in Photoshop. We designed the character that we would be animating in Toon Boom on Photoshop, and I fell in love with Photoshop in ways I've never thought I would.
I've always loved dancing and singing stuff. I do show choir, I do theater after my school. So it's like, this is where I live already, right? So getting another choreographer to experience, another stage to experience, the stage is great, the people are great, and it's all just like, it's the same thing, but it's a different experience, and that's really fun.
Everybody here is just so welcoming in every aspect. Everybody just loves everybody and is there, and you can say hi to somebody you don't even know and they'll say hi back. Honestly, all of the professors and the directors and teachers are so gifted in their craft, pretty much masters of what they do, and are so good at sharing that information with the students.
They're people with passion. You can talk to them, you can share ideas, you can work together, like that's incredible.
The faith here on campus makes me feel like there is hope for me. There's so much I can do and what I can always look up to and be with.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's washroom is ready to serve you.
Back in Platt Arena, just under 4 minutes left before starting the second half. It is an 18-point advantage for the Grace Lancers right down the road from Winona Lake, the Warsaw area. Probably 45 minutes for the Sioux City, Iowa visitors. Cliff Hoops as they wear on their warm-ups. Briar Cliff about 10 hours away. They'll have a long haul home here, I'm assuming, starting tonight. Just couldn't quite get that offense going. Too many turnovers to start this game. But our guy to watch, Wingert, did have a big first half. He led the way for them with 13, Brady.
Oh, yeah, he's looked good so far this half. And really a bright spot on this Briar Cliff offense, who's sort of struggled here in the first half. But, yeah, you're right. He has done a great job down there on the block. He's had some favorable matchups with some younger guys on him. Well, actually, I say younger guys. He's only a sophomore himself, but he's done a fantastic job using his post moves, using his size, his strength to really get those good looks down there.
He is only a sophomore, but he kind of plays like he's older,
yeah,
right?
I mean, you would not be able to tell.
That footwork, kind of that slow movement that gets him to the right spot. And the other side of things, there's nothing slow about the Lancers. They push the pace, only shot 4 3-pointers. They shoot 50%. They were led by our other player to watch. Are we good at this or what? Ian Rosh with 15 points.
Yeah, Rosh, obviously a player going into this game and really going into any game that Grace plays. He's someone that you're going to want to circle on your roster. And he has certainly lived up to that billing here this afternoon. Had a pretty good half. I believe he's only shot 1 or 2 threes. Not really known as a three-point shooter. Done most of his work inside, using the triple option on the perimeter to work inside. And something I really like, I've seen from him, is his ability to get downhill and slow things down for himself. He's not rushing going up. He's not going head down full speed. He's able to gather himself, use those steps, slow down the defense, which is able to actually create space for him and make some of those inside looks a lot easier.
I will say a lot of the turnovers for Briar Cliff was early in that first half. They kind of settled in, only had 1 turnover over the last few minutes, but still just not shooting it well from deep. 2 of 13, and only shot 38% from the field in that first half, 6 of 10 from the free throw line. Those 11 turnovers against this Grace team, when they are live ball turnovers and you have so many athletes and wings on the Lancers roster, they just turn into easy looks.
Yeah, and Grace has done a great job playing man-to-man and playing zone at times. Briar Cliff has really struggled to shoot the ball here in that first half, which has allowed Grace to sit back and play that zone. But when Briar Cliff struggles to shoot, they try to run that pick and roll, and Grace just crashes on the roller, which is making things really hard inside for the Chargers, which has led to a lot of turnovers, trying to force that ball inside into a double team. So I think for Briar Cliff this half, even though you've struggled doing it and it's not really the identity of your team, I would say just keep shooting the ball, because you're not going to get anything inside if you keep running that same play, that pick and roll into a double team. They've been able to convert on a couple of times with Wingard, but he's just an ultra talented player. I would say keep shooting it. If you're able to get hot, great. I think that's going to be the key if they're going to want to get back into a manageable deficit here in the second half.
I just thought the most unique quote, one of the most I've ever heard from a college coach, Stephen Hull, said, we are going to play a lot of guys a lot of minutes, and they did. And they had 11 players play. They had 7 of them score in the first half. Before we get started here in the second half, I want to let all of you guys know, whether you're watching from Iowa, somewhere here in Indiana, or wherever you could be watching, a different country a lot of times for our FDN viewers, you can leave a comment in the YouTube comment section on our broadcast. Brady and I would love to say hello. This is an all-student broadcast besides myself. I'm the old head on campus, and the rest, all students here at Huntington University on the Forrester Digital Network, doing an excellent job with our replay reviews in that first half, giving us all sorts of different angles, and it's just become better and better here on FDN Sports over the last few years.
Yeah, it's really cool that we're able to bring a actually non-Huntington broadcast here to you guys on FDN Sports. We thank you guys for tuning in. We love to hear from you guys in the chat. It's one of my favorite parts of working these broadcasts, interacting, see where people are listening from, watching from. So if you want to type in the chat where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, we would definitely appreciate it.
48-30, the number 7 ranked Lancers starting the second half on defense, and they keep turning over the opponent, and there's the first big-time hammer of the night by Tyler Rosh.
That might be the easiest 2 points he gets all season. Just a loopy rainbow pass on the inbound right there, and Roush is just going to jump that every time.
We've talked about it, but the length of even the Grace guards, you have to be so firm and precise with your passes, or they're going to come over and at least get a touch on it. And now another touch foul on Carpenter. That's 3 on him. As Grace leads by 20, it looks like they're going to stick with him just 30 seconds into the half.
We talked about it in pregame, but yeah, Coach Scott Moore definitely has a type of player he likes to recruit. This Grace squad is very big, and yeah, even in their guards, they're very long, lanky, able to work inside, play multiple positions. Coach Scott Moore does a fantastic job bringing this archetype of player into his program.
Rosh to Rosh, and trying to throw it into Sefton. Coach Moore maybe thought that same call could have been applied here with his team on offense as Sefton goes hard to the rim. Missed another one right there, but Walston again cleans it up. That's another thing this length provides, a ton of second opportunities.
Yeah, they're not just getting those one-and-done possessions. They get 1, maybe 2 offensive rebounds. They have been so good at that here tonight against Briar Cliff, and that's really something they excel at in those bigger games, which has allowed them to be one of the top programs in the country.
Carpenter, Rosh, an instant replay, and an immediate timeout for Briar Cliff. It's all Grace right now. The long ball from the quarterback to the big tight end for a touchdown, and it's going to become a full timeout. We'll send it to a break. 24 points, largest lead of the day for the Lancers.
To me, Forester Camps is amazing.
To me, Forester's Camps is cool.
To me, Forester Camps is a great experience. I've always had just like a genuine interest for art, and our art teacher was like passing out flyers and stuff.
And I saw that my other friends were going to do it, so I got interested in it as well.
This is my first college trip, so I didn't really know kind of what it's like to be in college.
College really isn't as scary as I thought it would be. Definitely go. There is a lot of really cool activities and opportunities you can get here.
Try to get yourself involved. Try to talk to other people who are like at the camp as well. Talk to like your hosts and stuff.
I mean, there's no reason not to go. I mean, you get out of school, you get to come here.
It's really informative on how.
Largest lead of the day for the Lancers with 18:30 left in this game. The GPAC Crossroads League tournament. Northwestern, who's the favorite for the Crossroads League, is playing St. Francis right now, and that is over in Iowa. That Northwestern team can really score it against the St. Francis team, trying to find their identity here this season. Carpenter doesn't foul that time. He's got to be careful. He's got 2 straight rebounds. Always has his eyes up looking for a teammate. Gets it right back. This time to Ian Rosh. He spins, able to adjust, and he's fouled. And back to the free throw line. That's just what he does, just keeps getting to the line.
Yeah, I was just about to touch on that. Roush does such a good job, even when he's not able to convert, able to force contact and sell it and get to the line consistently. And he's a pretty consistent free throw shooter, which helps.
Now 6 of 6 from there today. Came into today's contest at 81.3%. He has already shot 22 free throws through the first 2.5 games of the season, make it 23, and they're going through at a good clip.
Yeah, this game keeps going like it's going. We talked to the assistant coach of Grace. I mean, this game could sort of become like an open audition for some of these freshmen, earn some big-time minutes later on in the season. We've already seen a lot of young guys play later in that first half. Expect to see more of them here down the stretch as this Grace lead continues to grow.
Foul on Rosh. You see it right here. Rosh, if he would have just stayed straight up, I think he would have been in fine position, but Sindelar is going back to the stripe. He's been aggressive here today. He's not having a big day offensively, but when Briar Cliff has created good looks, he's been pretty good, as now he's 7 of 11 from the free throw line on the year, 2 of 3 today.
Yeah, I like the way that he's attacked the basket so far, as you mentioned. Hasn't found too much success on the scoring column, He's had some good looks, just not able to convert on some of them. A good sign later on this season, as you're probably not going to play many teams as defensively sound as the Grace Lancers are. So if he's able to get those looks consistently against this defense, the shots are going to start falling once you start playing some teams closer to your level of talent.
And Rosh working against Stevenson. That ball fake gets right to the rim, was getting too ready to dunk it. Instead, it's Carpenter who misses it short. Rosh tries to chase it down. It's picked up on the backside by Kleppe. Collison, left side. Kleppe had it. Good shooter, but decided not to pull. Now Stevenson back to the rim, is bumped high off the glass, gets it back, and got the second one to go.
There we go, Stevenson. I mentioned it earlier. I've been impressed with the way that he's played. He is fearless, driving to the lane, gets that one-on-one matchup with Sefton, able to take advantage.
He had Stevenson again, but Kleppe goes coast to coast. He's blocked by Rosh. Of course, we talked about it, the school leader for blocked shots at Northwood. Pass inside, and Ian Rosh that time sealed off his defender, gets a quick foul called. Will not have free throws, but it is the second personal on the away team, Briar Cliff.
Checking into the game is number 11, Gavin Benton. We've been very impressed with him so far. Just a freshman, a highly touted recruit, a state champion at Manchester last season. One of the best 2A high school players in the country last year. Actually, I should say in the state. But yeah, he has had a great start to his freshman season so far.
Three-pointer from Walston off the mark. He's usually a pretty consistent shooter from out there. 35% last season. So far this year, just 3 of 6, so 50%. Hasn't taken a ton. Pass inside, Rosh with another steal up ahead, looking for Benton, somehow got to it. Now it's a dunk contest, and that's gonna be a technical on Benton, and that's always gonna be a tee. Slap the backboard, and now Coach Moore has to use some of that guidance with his freshmen here.
More just a learning experience right there, as Coach Moore shares a smile with his young, hopefully star Benton. Yeah, just grabs himself up, slaps the backboard,
yeah.
Gets a little too fired up right there. It's a learning experience.
He was an excellent player at Manchester, as you talked about, leading scorer in their school history. Just dynamite, especially as a senior, as that was the first make for Moore on the technical. And Briar Cliff's ball down by 23 here with 16:10 left. At Benton, man, he just bouncing a second jump as well, getting back up there with the long arms to rebound. He's shown the ability to make some jump shots. He's going to be really good. Already is very good.
Oh, yeah.
Another foul. The whistle's coming quick against the Lancers here in the second half. Replay here, they're going to say Rosh just had that shoulder, or the forearm on Moore for his second personal. 4 already on the Lancers, just 4 minutes in.
Pretty disciplined early on in that first half, but yeah, 4 already in the board, start of the second.
Kleppe, left side, Sindelar, threw it away, poked back in play. Again, Grace was looking for another dunk. Sefton able to put it back on the floor and take it across the timeline. Gage hard to the hoop, was fouled on his way there, and more free throws for Grace.
Briar Cliff, that's sort of what they want to do. They want to try to hit some of those cutters. I'm talking about that last possession there with that turnover, but so far they're just nothing doing. Grace is prepared for it. They know that's what the look that they're trying to produce. Not a basketball coach, but I feel like if you want to give yourself a chance to make the score look a little bit better, you got to be able to shoot the basketball. I know that's not where your strong suit is, but love to see them take some more mid-range three-point shots. I think that is going to be their best chance to put some points up on the board here.
Sefton perfect on the pair. He is 5 for 5 from the free throw line in the young season. Grace putting on a clinic from there today. They're now 16 of 17. Big reason why they beat Huntington last year in the Crossroads League Championship in the tournament. They were at one point, I think, 19 of 19 from the free throw line. So that's just one of those Scott Moore things that you look at, and you always expect this team to shoot it well from the line. Wingert, another crafty move. caught inside on the offensive rebound, then thrown off the knee of a Lancer. It's still Briar Cliff's ball with 19 on the shot clock.
And that's such a weapon to have, a good team, a disciplined team who's able to knock down shots from the free throw line, especially a bigger lineup like Grace likes to run that forces a lot of contact down low. Being able to be that lights out from the charity stripe is just such an asset to have, especially late in games. We saw that in that Crossroads League Tournament Championship. They were just so dominant on those late big-time free throws, which was able to give them a big-time leg up and get them to win.
Luger, 2 straight offensive rebounds, leads to an open 3 from Dawson Moore. Benton, in between a couple of defenders, finds Ian Rosh, who creates and gets to the rim. He's so crafty inside, just being able to maneuver between defenders, keeping his balance and scoring again.
And a good job knowing that Rosh is going to be cutting right there. Rosh does a great job picking and choosing, like you said, sliding through the lane, knowing exactly when to cut. Teammate hits him for an open look.
Up and under, blocked again. Grace starting to block a few more shots in this second half. Looking for an option. Carpenter fires a triple off the mark. He's not shot it incredibly well here early from deep. A leak out, and Benton gets his hands in there, knocks it out of play. You'll see it right here coming into your living room. I don't know if it'll go as a block, but it's as good as one, and it's another media timeout. We're at the under 15. It's all Grace here on FDN Sports. Back, Stevenson for Briar Cliff. A nifty left-handed shot. Our camera crew has just been killing it today. All these great angles. I love the shots under the basket. You see some of the emotion and the determination to get to the rim, and it's really helpful on some of these replay reviews we have to do. Of course, Huntington was able to host NAIA tournament games last year, which was just one of the coolest experiences of my entire life. I mean, it was just cool to see. I've been coming to games here in Platte Arena since I was probably in elementary, 5th, 6th grade. And now to just see the new arena, the video board, the broadcast just taking the next step, it's just been fun. And our crew is just knocking it out of the park today for a big tournament in this GPAC Crossroads League Challenge.
Yeah, not only our broadcast, but you, Preston, are a big reason why we have the ability to host games. We have a great crew. No matter who's sitting next to you on the broadcast, always bringing you a great show. So, Preston, you're being a little humble here, but definitely want to give you your props.
Hey, right back at you, Brady. It's been fun to have you, especially more this year. Brady, of course, a baseball player here at Huntington University. If you Grace fans want to come heckle him when he comes and plays in Winona Lake later this year. I don't know. I guess the series might be here at Huntington. I can't remember if you guys went there last year.
I think we're going to be going there this year.
And they've got new facilities that are quite nice.
Yeah.
Carpenter gets to the free throw line, extended, threw it away. Stevenson with the steal. Now pushes the base again. Stevenson playing aggressive. A good shot, missed it. Pulled down by Carpenter as he lollipops it over to Ian Rosh. Team's always looking to score in transition. Benton, a couple of threes in the first half. This time, what he did more at Manchester, drives to the rim to that strong left hand.
He's going to be a great three-level scorer. Not that he already isn't right now, but he is going to be fantastic like he already is, scoring at all 3 levels, playing defense both sides of the ball. Really excited to watch him develop as he becomes more experienced at the collegiate level.
Tendelaire again creating another shot. That time got to it. It's having a nice afternoon for Briar Cliff. They're still down 24, but plenty of time. He's going to need some stops as Sefton is hammered. Tendelaire is down, but seems to be okay. Big connection there between Sefton and Tendelaire. Picks up his 3rd. And Stevenson will check out. Wellman and Hauser back in for Grace.
It looks like it's going to be Nick Marshall, sophomore guard, checking in for Briar Cliff right now. First time we've seen him here this afternoon.
Hauser looking for the cutter. Benton, he was there late. Gets it, working against Winger. This time his right hand's off the mark. Tipped it up with the left. It'll go as an offensive rebound, but 2 straight misses. Good drive again. Sindelar this time switches to the left.
I've really been impressed with his ability to get to the rim here. We've touched on it a bit throughout this game, but he has really done a great job slicing through the defense, picking and choosing when he wants to drive, when he wants to dish it out. Definitely a bright spot on this Briar Cliff lineup.
Coach Moore takes a timeout. Benton has his 3rd 3 of the day. It's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here in Platt Arena. You know, if Benton's going to start knocking down threes, he's just going to be a tough player to guard, because you look at this team in general, they've only taken 8 threes today, Brady, and Benton has taken 3 of them, and he's made all 3 of them. So he's already a scorer at the rim. He's crafty with the left-hand hook. Seen him miss a few at the rim with his right hand, but he'll continue to get better at that, and he might already be too hard to guard, even just going to his left.
Yeah, and as an off-ball player, he's extremely athletic, so he's able to create that space, working around some defenders, using some screens to get open right there. Defense crashes on the cutter, creates an open look, top of the key for Benton. But yeah, if he's able to knock down those open looks consistently, you're looking at potentially a 20-point-per-game scorer at some point throughout his career. Yeah, he is going to be a dangerous player.
Lars staying in attack mode and keep scoring. A chance for a 3-point play. I want to say hello to a Grace College fan watching from Oregon, Courtney Coles. Sorry I didn't catch that earlier. All the way out in Oregon watching Grace College.
All right.
Different time zone. What, it's probably only 11:22 out there. Some early morning basketball. Larb misses that one. It's pulled down by Rosh. Now Ricker stops and finds the point guard Hauser. Wellman has been quiet today. Finds Cannon. Hauser again. Works off that screen and roll with Benton. Cannon takes it himself. Pretty move. And it's a foul. It'll be 2 shots.
And just to give you a scope of how big and how long this Grace College team is, Hauser, you said point guard. He stands at 6'5". And a lot of these college teams, maybe even Huntington, only has 1 7-footer. He'd be playing down the block for the Foresters, but right now he's running sort of that combo guard position. Grace definitely uses size to their advantage.
Hauser, that's his first free throw miss of the year, only the 2nd of the day for the Lancers. Gets the 2nd one to go, 24-point lead. They're just kind of hanging on right around this range at the moment. New player in is Nick Marshall from White River, South Dakota. And he's got a chance right away. Good pass, though, but unable to fire the jump shot. Briar Cliff, Sindelar blocked again, this time Wellman. Hauser tried going inside to Wellman, and it's knocked away. He had Bricker open for a 3. Spin move, Sindelar finds Winger, another block.
Oh, man. Struggling to even get a shot attempt up for Briar Cliff. Grace has been so stout defensively.
Bricker thought about shooting one from a long ways out, now drives instead, and he uses that big 6'6" frame to get to the rim.
Gosh, everyone's eating here tonight. The 6'6" freshman from Warsaw, the local kid, gets one to go on a drive.
Now Hauser creates a charge here. Nice replay there. And it's another timeout for Briar Cliff. We will wait to see. It is going to be a full timeout, 70-44. We'll go ahead and take a break with them when we come back. Lancers trying to finish it up here in Platt Arena.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots. aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa's State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
(70-54), or excuse me, 44, I should say. I'm too busy listening to John, you know, in my headset, tell me what to do. 11:06 left. I want to tell you, you can follow us on Instagram at FDN Sports. And, you know, just join us on there. We really, the students here at Huntington University have become so creative at making some really neat graphics. We've seen videos for the players. We've got the video board that I'm sure we'll see in Game 2. All of that stuff is created by the students, a part of FDN Sports. And, of course, HU, a great film school as well. So very talented cameramen and women here in Huntington, Indiana, as Wellman is fouled. That is the 6th on Briar Cliff. The next one will put, no, that will be the 7th. So they are in the bonus. It's a 1-and-1 for Wellman.
Yeah, just to touch on the social media aspect of what we've been doing here at FDN Sports. It's been really fun to watch that sort of program grow here. I'm just a sophomore here at Huntington University, but from when I arrived here to now, the engagement level on our Instagram, on our socials has just increased so much. And that's due in large part to a lot of the students here putting in the extra effort, making some of those edits of our students, as that one gets sent back on a crazy dunk attempt. But yeah, our social media has been stellar this year.
Big block there as Hayworth goes up. And I think what Coach Moore is arguing, that the ball hit out of bounds first and then hit Hayworth. So they actually have a coach's challenge now here at the NAI level. I actually wasn't aware of that until the officiating crew told me that before. So they can challenge things like a block charge in the cylinder to see if the feet were outside of it. And they can also charge out-of-bounds calls like this. We're going to send it to commercial. When we come back, we'll see what the call is on FDN Sports.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's washroom is ready to serve you.
Still in a replay review here. Coach Scott Moore challenged the out-of-bounds call, and they're just trying to make sure they can get the right angle here. So what Coach Moore, I believe, is challenging is the shot was blocked, and then it came down, hit the floor, and then hit Hayworth. And, of course, the challenge is new here this season. And so what they will do, Brady, is if you win the challenge, you keep it. If you lose it, you're done. Here's the angle that we had. We didn't have an excellent look at this. But up goes Hayworth. Incredible block by Luger, who's 6'5", met at the top. Looks clean as far as the ball goes. And then it's going to hit out of play and then hit Hayworth, we think. But at least that's what Coach Moore wanted. And that's not the case. So it's going to be Briar Cliff's ball. Just trying to make sure we got this all sorted out here.
And I'm sure Coach Moore had a better look at that one than we did on the broadcast right there, as Hauser was in the way of that one.
So
not a clear look at it.
The loss challenge results in a loss of a 30-second timeout, because essentially that's what Coach Moore got. And so he will be out of challenges the rest of the way. It's not necessarily a close game, so that shouldn't hurt Grace, but something to keep in mind maybe late in the game if you want to challenge something along those lines. Turnover turned into a turnover, turns into a Moore 3, but Benton has another rebound.
Moore's really been the only one who's had the confidence to really take that 3 ball. He shot a couple. But I've been impressed with the number 15 Marshall for Briar Cliff. He's done a good job getting inside, finding some open teammates on the outside. He came off the bench here midway through the second half and making his presence felt.
That's his second foul. Hayworth back to the line. Grace continues to find their way there. Their 21st attempt of the night is good. They're now 18 of 21, over 85%. And number 22 coming up next. They also have 7 offensive rebound, and they're out rebounding Briar Cliff right now, 27 to 16. 2-for-2 trip for Cole. 28-point leads, the largest we've seen today by the Grace Lancers. I want you guys to stick around for more GPAC Crossroads League after this. A young, different-looking Huntington team will take on number 19 Morningside University. The Mustangs coming off a loss to the Lancers last night. That should be a really great game.
Yeah, that should be a good one, and Huntington's real first test against a ranked team, I believe number 19 in the country, Morningside. Coming off a loss to Grace, it'd be a big-time win for Huntington, but should be a good game here, game number 2 of this 2-game set here in Platte Arena.
Yeah, Benton had that one pretty well covered, but Bricker reached in and hit the right arm of Wingard, and that's going to give him some free throws. Wingard has been to the line a handful of times today as well as he splashes through the first. He's now 6 of 9 today and came into the game 8 of 11. Do some quick math here. That's 14 of 20, maybe.
Sounds right.
All right.
Sounds right. I don't want to, not going to question you.
That is not my degree. Rosh hands off Sefton. It's illegal to scream on Rosh. It's a turnover. And here's a look at it. Rosh maybe just spinning too soon and kind of knocking the defender off his route.
Got to stay square right there when you're setting that screen. But we talked about a lot of young guys on this Grace lineup on the floor right now. Just someone they're going to learn from as they're only 2 games into their college careers.
Under 10 media timeout. Lancers 72, Briar Cliff 46 when we come back in the second half on FDN Sports.
To me, Forester Camp is fellowship.
To me, Forester Camp is like engaging.
To me, Forester Camp was inspiring.
I hoped that I would be able to make more friends who have not really been around much.
How I describe this camp is pretty chill and like fun.
And it's fun too. It's something that like people can be engaged in and have a great time, but also still learn life lessons and lessons about the Bible, kind of see the world from a different perspective.
Fun every single day, and you meet a lot of new people. It's pretty judgment-free because everyone's all in the same boat.
You don't really have anything to lose by coming to the camp. I think a lot of people are scared to take that risk. I could promise you that you wouldn't be bored or not have a good time here.
Something only happens one time in the universe. It never happens exactly the same. So like, you better take your opportunity while you can.
Live stats for you, brought to you by the man in charge, Jonathan Peters. And the rest of our crew back in the building, spinning the dials, pushing the buttons, doing whatever else they do. 25 of 47 from the field for the Lancers, 3 of 8 from 3, 19 of 22 from the free throw line, just 8 turnovers. On the other side, 16 of 46 from 2-point range, 3 of 18 for 3, and 11 of 16 from the free throw line for Briar Cliff. There's a button on the thing.
But I think the set I really want to highlight is Grace only missing 3 free throws tonight. You can say what you want from the field. That can change from different competitions level, on the road, at home. But those free throws, that is something that can translate to any opponent that you're playing. And I've been really impressed with how they've been able to knock things down from the charity stripe here today.
Tendelar, another turnover as the whistle comes late. I think they're going to keep it with Briar Cliff. I thought maybe they touched it last, but it's going to stick with the Chargers. Couple of subs. Caleb Harold, first time we've seen him from Westville, Indiana. Went to high school at Victory Christian, another 1,000-point scorer. And I think I missed one more that checked in. It looked like Grady Carpenter's back in for some more action here with 9 minutes left. Back in the zone. Spin and jump shot is long from Wingert. Harold gets right in the stat sheet with the rebound.
Wingert taking that elbow jump shot. He had some space. He's had a couple of those fade away off 1 foot. Has his feet set right there, just can't knock it down.
Feels like Nick Marshall's getting picked on right now by the officials. A holding foul this time. He's had a couple that he's been a little shocked about, surprised. It's his third personal, and it's more free throws for Grace.
The coach sticking with him. I do like the way that he's playing right now. He's playing with a lot of hustle. He's been called for a couple of fouls that, like you said, he's been a bit surprised about, but I've been liking the way that he's been playing, hustling around, doesn't care what the score is, comes off the bench, like guys who play with hustle.
Sefton knocks in some more free throws as he stays perfect on the day. It is a 28-point lead. Sefton is another guy, state champion, 2A. When he was at Blackhawk Christian, of course, they're usually dynamite over there. A lot of Division I talent in the past as well. They've got more coming from Blackhawk Christian as well in the near future. Wingert, strong move, shot fake, and he traveled. Turnovers just keep piling up. You can see Wingert did everything right, but that left foot that was down on the block came up when he spun, and the turnovers have just really piled up on Briar Cliff, 16 of them.
But how about the defense there from the freshman, Tyler Rosh, going up against a fantastic post player, doesn't bite on the spin move, doesn't bite on the pump, able to force a travel. It was a great defensive possession there by Rosh.
That is something that Grace will get a lot of, as their bigs will come catch it right at the elbow extended. Those guards will work off almost as a screen while the ball is in the hand of the big and then loop around. They're just so good at cutting. They never stop moving.
Yeah, they're just trying out new things right there. Like, they just have so many different ways to beat you right there with their big men dishing stuff out from the three-point line. Gosh, they're such a talented team. They're a lot of fun to watch.
Sindelar, 15 points now after that last layup. Another good pass by Rosh and an even better one from Walston to Harold. He's got 2.
Gosh, with about 7 minutes, 45 to go, they got a chance to go up by 40 here by the time this thing's over.
Inside, no call. And shot is down as well as Sindelar misses. Rosh, Walston thought about a 3, drives, gets to his right hand, and they're just getting whatever they want right now, right around that painted area.
Great finish right there. Seth Martin, the junior guard, able to get inside, switches hands, goes to the right. Tough finish, able to get it to go.
Wingert. Luger, and now a 3 on its way from Sindelar. Can't get it to go. Wingert, another rebound, gets to his left, and it's a block shot by Rosh again. Walston pushing the pace, slams on the brakes, looking for a shooter. Hunter will find Harold, who goes to Carpenter, sets up the offense once more. 20 on the shot clock, and right at the rim, Sefton misses. This is one of the things that drives me nuts, and I'm not trying to get on the officials. I'm not, because I have no interest in this game, just broadcasting it. So many times you see the official wait to see if the shot's going to go in, and then the whistle comes. It's just interesting. It just seems to happen more times than not.
Yeah, and Preston, I would say at this point in the game, I mean, it's frustrating when it happens anytime. So I would agree with you. At this point in the game, maybe you see that shot goes in. Hey, let's just keep playing. Let's just keep that clock rolling. I'm obviously not accusing them of missing calls on purpose, but yeah, they do wait to see if that shot goes in. Maybe trying to keep the clock rolling here. If would happen to go in for 2.
I do think that's kind of a pace of play thing, and I think the NBA has kind of admitted that in the past. I just think it's interesting, like, even if he makes the shot, if you called it a foul when he missed it, it should be a foul, right?
Yeah, technically it is a foul, but yeah, with the pace of play, the score how it is right now, I could see why if he was to make that shot, you just want to keep the clock rolling. No need to whistle it dead.
I'm really not that upset. I just always find that. Interesting because it happens sometimes in tight games too, where they wait to see. And like I said, if you're going to call it a foul, if it doesn't go in, it should be a foul when it's an and one as well. 4 on the shot clock. Someone from Briar Cliff's going to have to force one. It's from the left side. It's short. And that one not online by Kleppe is now Carpenter again, pushes it across. 6 minutes left in this one. Huntington and Morningside coming up next on FDN Sports. Nice spin and score there. First points of the night by Isaac Schultz.
Schultz going to work. He played a bit in the first half, not able to get on the board in terms of scoring right there, but good spin move into the baby hook. First 2 points of the afternoon.
Three-pointer from Collison is missed and then rebounded by Harold, who's producing here off the bench. Doesn't get a lot of run for this team, but getting an opportunity today. Schultz again finds a cutting Carpenter, who finds Hayworth, who still dunks it off flat 2 feet. Rises up. He is super athletic.
Good instincts there by Schultz. He gets the ball down the block, draws a triple team, able to swing it out to his team now on the perimeter, who makes the extra pass, creates an open look for Hayworth, and he converts with a 2-handed dunk.
Pass outside. It's another 3 from Lugar, who gets one to go. And that's a rare 3 today. Now just 4 of 22 from downtown. And that one's out on Schultz. Show you this replay before we head back in. It looks like it was last touched by Briar Cliff, but the ball belongs to Grace. And this final timeout, media timeout, is going to send us to our final break. It's 86-51 when we come back on FDN Sports.
To me, Forester Camps is definitely a lot of fun.
Fantastic. Telling.
Something that everybody can find something that interests them.
A space to learn new things in a safe environment.
To me, Forester Camps is getting to be a home away from home, I guess. You learn a lot here and you learn it well.
I plan on being an author once I'm done with college, so this seemed like a really fun opportunity for me.
It was just glad to meet new people in general and just kind of enjoy the workshop and just take away what I can from it and make myself a better writer.
That whole thing about how to write for musicals, I'd never even thought of that before, but that was awesome.
$86-51. The Lancers coming out, firing on all cylinders here. They, at halftime, were 2 of 4 from 3. They're now 3 of 8 from there. That's really the only negative today. They're 23 of 26 from the free throw line, and they're shooting 7% better now on the game. They were at 50% at half. They're almost actually 58 now, 30 of 52. Just continuing to get a lot of easy shots, and of course, when you get those, they go in at a much higher percentage.
Yeah, they've really been able to get whatever they want inside, creating a lot of open looks with some space. Just an all-out dominating performance, I would say, by the Lancers.
Back in the zone as Briar Cliff has just not been able to shoot it at a high enough clip to force Grace out of it. Here's a 3 as it's off the mark and rebounded by Bricker with one hand.
I think that was the first time this afternoon I've seen a Briar Cliff player go up with confidence from 3. Ball hits his hand, goes up immediately, knows he's shooting it, doesn't get it to go, but I would love to have seen that a bit earlier in this game.
Bricker thought about shooting a 3, shot fake in the drive. We've seen that a couple of times. Averaged 14.3 points per game last year for Warsaw as a junior, 16%. In his career, 45% at Warsaw from 3. So teams know that already, and now he's putting it on the floor to make himself a better player. As that's a nice move and score. Tough one by Kleppe.
Kleppe, 6'3" forward. going in on a size disadvantage, still able to finish.
That ball's lost there. A little too much heat from Bricker to Hayworth. Carpenter's going to check out. Cannon Hauser back in. And a new player, Trace Eggy, coming in from Denton, Nebraska. So Eggy is checking in now.
I like that line from the referee. It's not hockey. You actually have to check in.
Can't just jump on the ice.
Can't just jump in.
Looks to be all sorted out now. I don't think any Crossroads League team have hockey yet. That might be a thing in the future. You know, Spring Arbor. That's hockey state.
I would love that. That'd be cool to announce. Hockey's definitely a fun sport to watch.
Huygens up top. Wilchin in for the first time. Huygens will hoist a 3, another miss. Schultz a rebound. Hauser still pushing the pace. He finds Schultz again, who spins. Got too far into the basket and missed.
He's extended himself just a bit too far there. Schultz doing a good job positioning himself here. Really this whole game, but just got a bit too far extended right there.
Dollison fires a rare shot and knocks it in. He just hasn't even shot it much in general. Just 4 of 9 coming into today from the field. 2 of 6 from 3. That's his 3rd made triple. Cannon leaves that one short. Another rebound by Harold, who somehow kept it in play, and it's ripped away on the backside by Aggie.
He was walking the tightrope right there. I'm shocked from our angle he wasn't out of bounds.
Another 3 is short, this time by Kleppe. Grace just keeping the pedal down with just over 2 minutes left. Harold thought about a 3, skips it to Hauser. A handoff to Schultz, back to Cannon. Hauser, who's looking for the spin from Schultz, gets it this time, and a foul is called. And it's more free throws. And Grace will check in a couple of new players. Seth Martin will be coming in from Pearson, Indiana. Of course, right down the road from Grace College. And then Bryce Sefton, who's the younger brother of Gage. So it's a family affair each time you play Grace.
Couple pair of brothers, on this Grace lineup. That's really cool to see. It makes things, I'm sure that makes recruiting a lot easier when you have someone's older brother on the roster. Hey, you can come play with someone who you've grown up with your whole life. I'm sure that's a perk that Coach Moore definitely likes.
It's now 24 of 27 at the free throw line for Grace. Schultz misses that one. It's a rebound and a bucket right there by Seth Martin. Only 3 games last year. He gets his first 2 of this season.
Yeah, the junior coming in here, checks into the game, immediately pulls down a hustle rebound for an easy 2.
Bounce pass inside. Briarcliff trying to score a few more here. The lead is really ballooned on them as Grace continues to stay hot from the field. 3 is on the way and off the mark that time by Nick Marshall. And now just about 90 seconds left in the game. Schultz, another dunk.
Wow, in the words of Kendrick Perkins, this game is like being at grandma's house on a Sunday. Everybody's eating for Grace. Just about everyone's producing points.
Seems like everyone's had their fair share. They're getting close to Thanksgiving, so a lot of full bellies.
Oh, yeah.
Bounce pass outside again. Briarcliff, some good ball movement, just can't finish it as Hayworth rebounds. Again, Harold running ahead will stop it. Sefton thought about firing a 3, and he's fouled again inside. That's going to be, I think, number 4 now on Marshall.
Seen throughout this game some more fans file into Platt Arena as Huntington and Morningside get ready to go after this game. I believe a 20-minute buffer between these 2 matchups, but that will be an excellent game and a big one for the Foresters here at home in Platt Arena.
Bryce Sefton knocks in his first collegiate point there. Number 2 is good as well. So congrats to Bryce, another Blackhawk Christian graduate, brother of Gage, getting in on the action. A 3 on the way. That one's good from downtime. That's Keon Brinkman from Sioux City, a hometown player. His first 3 points of the night as well.
Looked comfortable shooting that corner 3 right there. No hesitation. His first points of the afternoon.
Three on the way, and good this time by Seth Martin. And 2 points away from the century mark are the Lancers.
The bench is loving it. Some of their deeper bench guys get into the game using this opportunity to put some points up on the board. Always puts a smile on the team's face.
Now Grace can hold out. It doesn't look like they'll get to 100. They can just dribble this one out. They'll be 3-0 on the season, 2-0 in the GPAC Crossroads League tournament. It's been a fun tournament so far. It's not the ACC Big Ten, but it's the NAIA version of maybe something like that. And I think it's awesome that these invitationals are becoming more and more of a thing, and it's been fun to watch. And this Lancers team is going to be a tough team to play once more, looking for 5 straight Crossroad League tournament championships, but they want to win it in the regular season as well. They're well on their way to start the season.
Yeah, Grace came in here to a neutral site and took care of business. A 3-0 start to their season, and they look as strong as ever. Some of these young guys have been really able to step up here, and gosh, they look like they yet again will be one of the better teams in the country come March.
98 points. They shoot 57% from the field. Only 3 of 9 from downtown, but so many easy looks from Rosh early. It turned in some more easy looks for the rest of the Lancers roster. We'll wait and see if we have Coach Scott Moore join us following this one. Should be a happy Scott Moore after his offense continues to roll, this time in Platt Arena. And again, it's the defense as well that's just been so good. Only 56 points surrendered today as well.
Yeah, really just an all-around effort. Both sides of the ball, they were getting whatever they wanted, and they executed well.
We've got Coach Jordan Widener, who will make a surprise visit on the mic following another stellar offensive performance. I was most impressed by your guys' defense. Your length just creates so many issues for your opposing teams. 17 turnovers for us last night, 16 today. What do you think about your team defensively so far in the first 3 games?
Yeah, you know, I think it's more of a mentality than it is a scheme, right? Like, I think if we're sitting back, I mean, man, the GPAC is just explosive offensively. So if we sit back on our heels and we're reactive to the actions and things they're doing, like, to start our game last night, that was what happened. You know, we were on our heels and, you know, find ourselves down 15-0. And, yeah, I think it was more of a mentality than anything of, hey, we got to come out and be the aggressor and not be reactive, but we're the ones kind of dictating and hopefully having an impact defensively.
Talked to Steven about this earlier this week. You guys graduated 7 guys, crucial players. Ian Scott, National Player of the Year contender, Crossroads League Player of the Year. You guys bring in 6 freshmen. Everyone's contributing. How do you guys make that work with such a young team?
Yeah, you know, I think it's not limiting guys, letting guys know we believe in them, have confidence. But man, they're talented kids, right? Like they all come from winning high school programs and really, really good high school coaches. So yeah, I think it's more of, hey, let's get them on the floor and just give them freedom to, hey, you might make mistakes, but that's fine. We still believe in you. Let's move on to the next play, and we'll figure it out from there. So, yeah, I think it's more of just throw them in the fire and hope they figure it out. But they've done an awesome job, super coachable, and more than anything, when they're competitive, it's a lot easier. You can work with that, right? Kids that want to win and hate to lose. Yeah, we can always work with those kind of guys.
All right, well, thank you for joining us post-game here. It's always nice to hear from your guys' perspective. Steven was awesome with me earlier in the week. Guys always run a class organization, a class program. We appreciate you and Coach Moore for joining us today, and congrats on a 3-0 start.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. We appreciate all you do for us.
2 more times this year,
yeah,
right?
You bet. We'll see you later. Have a good one.
Jordan Widener finishing up the interview here. We are going to keep it short for the post-game. Grace 2-0 in the GPAC Crossroads League Tournament, 98-56 winners. Brady, final thoughts before we send it to a break.
It's a great job by Grace, taking care of business, not looking past this opponent, but going into a neutral site, doing what they do, executing inside, outside, defensively, offensively. Just a great all-around game. We're ready here for another classic, Huntington versus Morningside.
Grace 3-0. We will have about 23 minutes till tip-off between the Huntington Foresters and the Morningside Mustangs. It'll be the GPAC Crossroads League 4th game of the weekend between these 4 schools. We'll talk to you in about 20 minutes. Have a good one, and thank you for tuning in to FDN Sports.